send you a big Saturday night hello from Springfield, Missouri, America's crossroads of country music, because it's time for the Ozark Jubilee. Here now is the star of the Jubilee, Mr. Country Music himself, Red Foley!
Thank you very much, folks. Thank you. Bless your heart so much. First of all, we're real happy to have a couple of our wonderful senator friends up here from Oklahoma. Senator Jim Reinhardt and Kirksey Nix are out with us here tonight in our audience. And whether you're looking in out there from just a couple of blocks away on Walnut Street right here in Springfield, Missouri, or from 2,150 miles away out there in Portland, Oregon, let's just forget that distance that separates us and have a real wonderful time tonight. What do you say, huh? And to be the head man for this first half hour, the most, well, I'm going to say promising. He has already promised. He's making nothing but big hit records these days. You might say almost the #1 man in the country recording field. Wonderful boy, Porter Wagoner. Porter.
I like girls, I like girls, I like their ribbons and I like their curls. I like them 'cause they're soft and sweet. I like to watch them on the street. I like their hair and when they wear that perfume on their clothes. Do I like girls? Oh, I like girls and I don't care who knows. When I was just a kid, kissing girls was sissy stuff. But now that I've grown up, I just can't get enough. Oh, I like girls, I like girls. I like to give them all the world. Blondie, redhead, or brunette, I like any kind of gift. Someday I will kiss them all, that's part of my big plan. Oh, I like girls and the girls like me, and I'm a lucky man. The girl and wow, making love to them, well, that's my hobby now. Oh, I like girls, I like girls, I like to give them all the world. Blondie, redhead, or brunette, I like any kind of gift. Someday I will kiss them all, that's part of my big plan. Oh, I like girls and the girls like me, and I'm a lucky man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Well, sir, that's what you might call a sign painter's idea of heaven. And I believe I caught a glimpse of some signs saying New Mexico, Colorado, and Texas, out where we've been singing our songs for the folks for the past week. But now let's really get down to business, and let's put a mighty pretty young lady to work right now, Miss Shirley Caddell. She sings all about the Boll Weevil. Shirley?
On a Saturday night where I was born, down on the farm, guitars were blinking and we started singing till the break of dawn. About 12 o'clock, everything gets hot. Up stepped poor Joe. We started clapping, he started singing this cute little country song. Boll Weevil, Boll Weevil, where you been all day? Your mama's been looking, half stopped looking since you went away.
it's Shirley Caddell. You know, every time in the past that I've done my own half hour of the Ozark Jubilee, I've had to rush right out of the stage door and get ready to go on another personal appearance. But tonight I'm really grateful because I'm going to get to stay around and see the entire show. Because the reason that I'm so grateful is the fact that we've got one of my favorite guest stars is going to be along directly to see Mr. Foley, Aunt Fanny from the Breakfast Club. So you be sure and stick around to see her. Right now, let's do some foot patting and some hand clapping to Bill Wimberly and all the country rhythm boys. And that tune of theirs called Jubilee Jump. Bill?
Band, incidentally, is going to be jumping up to Elgin, Illinois next Wednesday. Then he's going to be back here in Missouri for the dedication of Whiteman Air Force Base on Thursday. They're going to be in Hodgson, Kansas on Friday. Now then, we'll return to Porter Wagoner and the gang right after you hear from some other good friends.
Adventureland. Here you'll share the thrills and excitement to be found behind the true life cameras. Frontierland, bringing you tall tales and true of America's wild frontier days. Tomorrowland. A trip to this land of the future will give you a fascinating glimpse into the world that is yet to come. Fantasyland, a make-believe world where the only requirement for fun and happiness is your imagination. Here, indeed, is the happiest kingdom of them all. A land of pure enchantment unfolds before your eyes each week when ABC Television and Walt Disney present Disneyland.
Enjoy Disneyland every Wednesday over most of these same stations.
The Adventures of Rin-Tin-Tin. The U.S. Cavalry outpost of Fort Apache provides the setting for this hard-hitting Western adventure. With Lee Aker as Corporal Rusty, James Brown as Lieutenant Rip Masters, and starring the wonder dog Rin-Tin-Tin. Young and old alike will thrill to this exciting story, combining action-packed adventure with the warm companionship of a boy and his dog.
Hey, Ray! Pretty nice. Sure have a lot of exciting times together at Fort Apache, and we'd like you to join in the fun. Isn't that right, Rennie?
Join Rusty and Renty every week on ABC Television for The Adventures of Rin-Tin-Tin.
Don't miss Rin-Tin-Tin every Friday over many of these same stations.
Well, see, you know, it seems that some folks are kind of puzzled as to why we call our kind of entertainment country music. Now, I heard a pretty good answer from a fellow just the other day who said that the real music of the country, the United States of America, written by all kinds of Americans. For example, the most recent hit tunes that have came out of our hometown of Springfield is written by such all-American folks as a milk truck driver, a pair of teenage girls, and the public relations director of a college here in town. So you see that it is real country music. Right here is a fellow that's got a real country music tune. In fact, it's a brand new one. Billy Walker, as he sings a ballad called Go Ahead and Make Me Cry.
Go ahead and make me cry. Go ahead and make me blue. Bring the teardrops to my eyes, if that's what you want to do. Go ahead and make me lonely. Name the price, it's not too high, 'cause you're still my one and only. Go ahead and make me cry. Darling, I could never change, so why should I complain? Even though you break my heart, well, it's yours to tear apart. Go ahead and let me live. Go ahead and make me die. This is all I have to give. Go ahead and make me cry. Darling, I could never change, so why should I complain? Even though you break my heart, well, it's yours to tear apart. Go ahead and let me live. Go ahead and make me die. This is all I have to give. Go ahead and make me cry.
Thank you. Mighty fine. Billy Walker and Miss Shirley Caddell, Uncle Syfe, myself, and the trio will be with you friends in Denver, Colorado tomorrow night, so you be looking for us. Tomorrow night in Denver. You know, they say that you have to work twice as many muscles to frown as you do to smile. So I guess this is one case where it pays to kind of be lazy and do the thing that requires the less effort. Anyway, get ready right now for some great big smiles and maybe a chuckle or two as we bring out the Goodwill Ambassador of the Ozark Jubilee, Pete Stamper, right over here.
Just wonder if there's anybody in the crowd from Dawson Springs or Broadhead, Kentucky tonight that ain't been home in a long time. If they are, just see me after the show and I'll let you in on the news. I've been down there for 2 weeks, and of course Dawson Springs ain't changed too much, but Broadhead, you probably wouldn't know the place. It's really growing. They've got a store on the other side of the road now, and Dawson, though, I noticed the biggest change, it's between here and down there. Used to, when I'd go home, you'd just up one hill and down the other, but they've got a new highway through now, and it's really something. It's pretty near downhill all the way there and back, and I make good time. It's 600 miles between here and Broadhead, and just show you how good the highway is. I made it and drove down there in 2 days this trip when it used to take me 3, and of course I ain't no hot rod or nothing like that, but I don't let no grass grow under my feet. But I was really glad that I went down this particular week, because there was no boy down there that I used to run around with I got to see for the first time, I guess, in 3 years. He, I don't care who it is, Frank Finley is who it is down there that I've seen. He's a cousin to Cliff Haskins. Cliff's mother is Frank Penley's daddy's sister. That's Rob Penley, is his daddy there. And I got to see him, but he's always been down there every time I'd go, but he's kind of been a sort of a shut-in. And been shut in the jails where he's been down there. He hadn't done anything bad. He just happened to go down there about 3 years ago, and they throwed him in jail thinking he's somebody else. And he never had it so good, and they haven't been able to get rid of him. The only reason I got to see him this time was he set the jailhouse bed on fire, and they had him in court for destroying city property, and he found him guilty, but they figured he'd been in jail so much they just sentenced him to 60 days on the outside. And but being lazy is what's wrong with him. He don't like to work. In fact, I don't know that he ever worked actually a day in his whole life. He did go to trade school one time, but I think that was just more or less to find out what kind of a job he was out of. And but he come by it honest, though. There ain't no doubt about that. His whole family's like that. In fact, his pal, it's a kind of a joke around home there. About one time he was working on a WPA down there, and he come out, and the boss come out there and told all of them that he had a job for the laziest feller on the job, that it was real easy to do, and for the laziest one to step forward. And, of course, Rob got the job. He didn't step forward, everybody else did. He was too lazy to move, just stood there. And I've been over at their house a lot of times when he'd go to bed earlier, and one of the things he always liked to do was go to bed chewing tobacco, and he was always too lazy to raise up and spit. He'd just spit straight up and then jerk the cover up over his head. But sort of runs in their family there. They've got a dog even. Their dog is the laziest dog around there, I reckon. I went over to their house one time. I used to spark their daughter a little bit, and she's lazy too. In fact, she'd sit around. I used to go spark her, and she'd be sitting on the couch, and I'd get there, and we'd sit there, and when I'd go home, I'd just leave her sitting there. One day I went in there, and she was standing up, and nobody knowed her. But this dog was laying out in the back there one day with a biscuit in his mouth, just laying there on the ground with a biscuit in his mouth, just howling like he was laying on a bra or something. And I went around there and I asked what was wrong with him, and come to find out he was just too lazy to eat it, and too hungry to turn it loose. But I found out one thing about being lazy. I won't admit that I'm not lazy, but there's one thing about it. If a feller sits around on his front porch, all the time, they'll call you lazy, but that same feller can spend that same amount of time down on the creek bank with a hook in the water, no bait on it, and then they call him a sportsman then. I'm lazy now, and I gotta go, Bill, so I'll...
Pete Stanford. Well, you folks have all heard Red talking about the second Junior Jubilee. It's scheduled to be 3 weeks from tonight, so you'll be looking in then. And right now we've got a kind of a junior-sized girl singer with us tonight from way over in Wichita, Kansas. And she's a mighty sweet little lady with the name of Sharon K. Hodgson. And here she is right now to sing all about I Didn't Know the Gun is Loaded.
And I'll never, never do it.
know, I've had a chance to see quite a few of those youngsters, and I'm going to forecast that those kids may just about steal your heart away, especially a little 7-year-old gentleman who belts out a song for all he's worth. Now then, I'd like to forecast for you about 60 seconds of very important listening.
Back door, quick!
How do you get faith? Well, we worked at it. You level with yourself and fell upstairs.
Stories of human failings and triumphs, and of the ever-present strength of God. Crossroads. This weekly television series is based on true stories of people at the crossroads of life. Stories experienced by your clergyman.
Now listen, Claxton. I'm standing in this open window. You break down that door and I'll jump. Killing yourself won't solve anything. Think of your wife, man. Hey, Sheriff, you know what the charges are. In other words, this so-called pink room of yours is nothing more than a drunk tank where these girls are left to rot. Is that it?
Oh, calm yourself now, Father. We're doing them girls a favor.
Each week, ABC Television brings you a new and inspiring story in the series Crossroads.
Each week, ABC Television brings you a new and inspiring story in the series Crossroads.
Hold down time now on the Jubilee, and it's Jimmy Gately with the oldest of old-time breakdowns, Sally Goodin. Jimmy.
A month ago this evening, when the hands on the clock there were precisely at the same place they are now, I stood right here. And I introduced Porter Wagoner singing the first sacred song that he's come out with on phonograph records. And the response that came in from you folks in the next week's mail was, well, tell you what, I'll let you draw your own conclusions, because here is Porter to repeat his great song. What would you do if Jesus came to your house?
What would you do? What would you do if Jesus came to spend some time with you? If Jesus came to your house to spend a day or two, if he came unexpectedly, I wonder what you'd do. When you saw him coming, would you meet him at the door with arms outstretched in welcome to your heavenly visitor? Or would you have to change some things before you let him in, like burn some magazines and put the Bible where they'd been? Could you let Jesus walk right in? Or would you rush about to hide your worldly music and put some hymn books out? Oh, I know that you'd give your nicest room to such an honored guest, and the food that you would serve him would be the very best. And you'd keep assuring him that you were glad to have him there, that serving him in your home was joy beyond comparison. But what about your family conversation? Would it keep up its normal pace? And would you find it hard each meal to stay a table grace? What about the songs you sang, the books you like to read? Would you let him know the things on which your mind and spirit feed? Would you be glad to have him stay forever on and on? Or sigh a sigh of great relief when finally he had gone? Would you be glad to have him meet your very closest friends? Or hope that they'd stay away until his visit ends? You know, it might be interesting to know the things that you would do if Jesus came in person to spend some time with you. What would you do? What would you do if Jesus came to spend some time with you?
Friends, we certainly thought you'd enjoy hearing Porter Wagoner again. Say, incidentally, Porter Wagoner is going to be headlining a great big Jubilee show in Denver, Colorado tomorrow, and all you folks out there, you'll be looking for him. Incidentally, I mentioned Bill Wimberly being in Hodgson, Kansas there. He's going to be at the Naval Air Station, and a lot of you folks might like to know that Uncle Sipe Brassfield is going to be along with him. Friends, this portion of our show has starred Porter Wagoner. And Red Foley is going to be along in a moment on many of these stations with a lot more of America's favorite Saturday night pastime, the Ozark Jubilee. See the Danny Thomas Show Tuesday night on ABC Television Network.